Let's make sure I don't say anything that's bad that's going to get us canceled. Well, let me tell you something, brother. Welcome to the Real Weird Sickos podcast. My name is Charles Kahn, the meme bastard himself. I'm not your meme buddy, I'm not your meme friend, and I damn sure ain't memento. I'm the meme bastard. That's me. Hi, how are you? Hello. With me, as always, is my lovely co-host, the most evil of evil, the dark queen of the internet, ruthlessly vile, despicable.
Which one?
Which one of you guys wants to pick it up and run with it?
I ain't doing it. You can have it, Frankie.
I knew it was about me.
It's all you, baby. It's all
the
you.
art critic that everyone loves.
Hi, my name is Frankie. I go by Scumbagovich. We have a lot to discuss today.
We have a lot to discuss today.
Avowing nothing.
We do.
We disavow everything. Allegedly, Jenna, Dojens, hi, how are you? Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Hello.
Remember when we did the podcast? Well, we're doing it again.
Yeah.
And I have the unfortunate responsibility to report to everyone listening, because this is where everyone comes to for their news.
Yeah.
That the president has been shot.
Breaking. We are the first people to witness this. We were there.
I mean, it happened
Literally.
like 3 days ago, but it's okay. 2 days ago.
Donald Trump, President 45, the God Emperor himself, the Lord of the memes.
He hit the gritty.
He hit the gritty like no one's ever had.
The inspiration for countless bad guys in fictional movies that everyone loves. The bad guy in Back to the Future, that's based off Trump.
Bro, it makes me want to go back to Trump Tower.
And do what?
Have you been?
It's like going to
Trump
Mecca.
Tower, Frankie?
You have to go and do like a laps around the place.
Is it actually?
It is janky and outdated and stuck in the 80s.
That sounds about right.
That's really sexy. No, I really like that. I think it fits.
It's got a lot of the gold. Like, we stopped and we had like a bottle of wine there, but like there's one like fancy like MAGA store in the front. And then,
God.
And then get your MAGA merch.
Get your MAGA merch.
And then if you
can't get into America without a MAGA keychain.
You walk to the other side, and then there's like a janky one. It's so fucking funny.
MAGA glow sticks.
There's one for like high society, and there's one kind of like your everyday guy.
And then he has like a bar called the 45 Club.
Oh, that's funny. That's good shit. Classic like, Trump.
We went in there because it was just like, you know, you're walking down Fifth Avenue, you kind of have to. Like, it's like, you know, if you're gonna be a tourist, you have to be a tourist. You know?
That's. So, I would love to go. I would love to shake the president's hand, you know, and just have a laugh and like, you know, it'd be nice. Unfortunately, you know, he was shot by an alleged homosexual.
Oh my God, we don't know that. We don't know.
That's why I said alleged.
We don't
alleged.
Know anything.
He allegedly stank. He's allegedly a stinky man, a very stinky man. He was stinky.
Well, he kind of looks like a Redditor.
He looks like Beavis.
Honest.
He looks like Beavis, a real life Beavis.
Yeah. He's like one of those feral ghouls from Fallout, but
yes,
like
that's
version.
What he looked like. He looked like a ratman.
Yeah, he does. Fallout vibes all
somehow this prick was able to get a ladder, climb a roof with a rifle, and...
so he did that. We all know what happened.
Do we? Like, what if somebody's listening for the first time and this is how they're finding out?
Everybody knows.
Can you imagine you had an uneventful 3 days, you stayed offline, you went camping or whatever, and this is how you find out?
Somebody tunes in like, man, Scumbagovich and Dojens, they're my girls.
Do you know what's fucking funny?
Don't tell me that's the case. Don't tell me that's how you're gonna learn.
Just a few days before, Alec Baldwin's manslaughter case
charges dropped.
The charges were dropped for what was it? Like insufficient evidence or something weird like that.
You guys not remember that like 5 days ago there was this one tweet that blew up that it just said Alec Baldwin will kill again.
That was a friend of the show, Chud Logic.
That was Chud Logic? No way.
He will kill again.
That's so funny.
So then after like
This
the
poor
Trump,
man,
the
he's,
Trump
he's
shooting,
never gonna escape anyone's scrutiny.
After the Trump shooting, he was like, "See, I fucking told you. I told you he was gonna go out and he was gonna do it again." So like, one of my favorite memes that I saw was it was like Alec Baldwin don't miss or something like
Yeah.
that. There's been a lot of really good memes
Oh,
that have
just
come out of
well, the main meme, the legendary, what cinched it for Trump, what took Trump from all right, well, this was a tragic event to, oh man, Trump just made another iconic image, was Trump covered with all his goons, his security guys, they all like dogpile on him, and Trump triumphantly raises his arm up in the air, just happens to be in front of a waving American flag. That's the image that's going to be in textbooks. Like even if somehow things don't go with a Trump victory, that one's going to be in history books because that one's just it's everywhere. That's one of those images.
Mr. Frog wins the election.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
They shot me in my ear, Jetta.
Have you seen the parody of that?
Yes, I saw that one. Somebody drew.
That's a good one.
I've seen Sonic the Hedgehog. I've seen Anime Girls.
Fast. That's amazing. Like there are animations of this stuff like not even 6 hours after the news broke.
There were T-shirts. There were T-shirts a half an hour later.
God, I love America.
30 minutes later, there were fucking T-shirts on Teespring.
God, this country.
A day later, a fucking like dispensary had like a Trump strain of weed.
I'll bet there were crypto coins and all the scammy, scummy
better
things.
Argument for the success of capitalism than this. I mean, like the timing on that is insane. I thought at least a few hours.
I thought that about 9/11 because on 9/11, on 9/12, American flag vendors, like everybody was selling American flags. It was like the fidget spinner thing where it's just everywhere. Everybody has to have your fidget spinner.
Where did they think the money is going?
To whoever made it.
No. But like the people who are buying these things, do they think like I did a good thing? Like I fixed America? The money's going straight to George Bush?
I think they just want to have the flag and like wave it and wear it and just like the MAGA people, like they want to have their flag and eat it too.
It's so silly. Like if you think about it for even a second.
It was that, and then there was like the yellow ribbons, like. Remember the yellow come home ribbons? Oh
yes, yeah. For some reason, those the thing I remember too, the bicycle man. Remember the bicycle man had those little bracelets? And there was every cause in the world had their little bracelet.
There was the bicycle man, Lance Armstrong,
he was doing.
Who lied about? Did he lie about cancer? Or he just was on?
I think he was lying. That's a lying son of a bitch.
He lied about cancer, and we'll come back to that. Put a pin in lying about cancer because we'll come back to that one later. But like, he was the Live Strong. It was the Live Strong.
Live Strong, yeah.
Were you actually thinking about that before we started, or did that just pop into your head now?
No, that he brought up the bicycle guy with the wristband.
What you think that I would set up a punchline?
Totally, everything is connected. Everything is connected.
It is connected.
Everything in the story is.
I'm Dale Gribble. In real life, Frankie, I'm Dale Gribble, just angrily smoking to myself, wearing my gun club hat.
How many times did Lance Armstrong win?
At least 3 or 4.
So he won the Tour de France.
I only won the one time.
And then they found out that he was like doing like he was juicing like the whole time.
It was juicing, and he was doing something weird with his blood, like the Kobe Bryant thing, where he would take his blood out and have his blood spun around and put back in.
Yeah.
All sorts of weird shit like that. Jenna, if it pleases the court of law, my client, if you aren't cheating, you ain't trying.
No, because it was there was like a world. There was like a I can't remember. There was some baseball guy who juiced too. He broke a record, and then they found out he was juicing, and they took it away.
Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, or
I have
Jose
no
Canseco.
But I know what's happened with a lot of baseball players where they found out they were juicing, so like their records are like totally null and void.
Well, there's some guys that have asterisks in the Hall of Fame where it's like, yeah, we have to put him in the Hall of Fame, but asterisk his ass.
The estrogen.
They should just have. I know this meme has been done to death, but truly, they should just have like a juicer league, and then you could just see like what are the actual limits of the human body. I think people would love to see that. That would be amazing. Don't you think?
They should have that for every sport.
I want to see the juicer league. I want to see.
No, I want to see track and field when it's normal, and I want to see track and field when they're all like roid raging.
I want to see men and women no longer being divided. I want to see one sport. Like just let's see, can the women really hang with the men?
Literally, just
are they really that tough?
Sport, men, women, children, it doesn't matter. Everybody who can compete gets to compete.
Find out that the toughest guy in the world is like an armless, legless guy. Nobody wants to fight him because he,
well, you know what? You know what? I may not be wheelchair bound, but I want to fucking play murder ball. That looks fun as shit. Can I play murder ball?
You could be an ambulatory wheelchair user.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I still want to be in a wheelchair and like.
That's the word of the today for Real Weird Sickos. If you hear the word again, everybody has to scream.
Ambulatory.
Ah! Frankie, you didn't scream.
I was screaming inside.
You were ambulatorially screaming.
No, because she's sitting down.
Well,
no, I've been bouncing my leg. I have an ambulatory. That's not room tone back there. That's me bouncing my leg. I just do it at 300 miles an hour.
It's a hummingbird.
That's like, you know what? Like, I do that when I'm like thinking and then I'm not thinking about it.
Well, I'm never thinking, so I don't really have this problem.
I try to think and nothing happens.
Head empty, not a thought, no thoughts.
Yep.
From the moment I was born, it's just head empty. What do I need to think about? Like, truly.
You know what? Thinking just only, like...
leads to problems.
Like, thinking about the memes about Trump getting shot, Trump not getting shot, like, what am I changing?
Start to think about statistics and things that get you into trouble.
Whoa. Disavow.
There's like, there's a certain percentage of statistics, Frankie, that will get you into trouble at least 50% of the time.
True. Oh, I just think it's
It sucks that they took a shot at him. I think it sucks. I'm going to go ahead and condemn. I'm going to say a prayer that I hope that this guy, this Beavis-looking bozo, I hope he's burning in hell, and he smells just as bad in death as he supposedly did in life, allegedly.
But, okay, so here's the thing. Like, anybody that, like, condones violence of any kind, bad. Like, saying that anybody deserves it, bad. But here's the thing. Memes is what brings everybody together. I feel like look at 9/11 on Twitter. 9/11 is one of my favorite days on Twitter.
It's one of the best days. I have so many good ones. One of my favorite is that these blast marks are too accurate for sand people.
See, the thing is, the thing about it is, it's like
too accurate for sand people.
Oh my Jesus Christ. Nobody's making fun of victims. It's just...
Ooh, that means they're a soft target. It's a blue ocean. Nobody ever makes fun of them.
23 years.
I'm sure there's some blue-haired liberal putz out there who's just going to be that jabroni and go, you know what? I'm going to be that guy.
Who are dunking on that one guy, the bystander who caught the stray.
God, that's awful. Anyone who's dumping on that guy is a butthole.
They're pulling up old tweets, This is no snapshot of anybody's life.
I don't care if the guy tweeted the N-word 100 times.
It's like he was innocent. It was literally just a freak accident as far as his family's concerned. Like,
well,
he's getting insane.
The story I had heard was that this fella, he was he 50 years old? He was an older fella. His family was with him there at the rally, like watching Trump do his Trump stuff. And like once he heard the gunshots, he tried to jump over his family, and that's when he got tagged, trying to protect them.
Yeah.
And that's awful. And the official stance of Real Weird Sickos is that real world violence is bad.
It's bad.
Okay.
Yes,
we can goof on anybody we want to at any time.
And it doesn't matter what you believe. You don't deserve to die because of your beliefs. Like, fuck off with that. Like, this is.
People have totally lost the plot.
Well, they've gone too far. They've gone too far. Even Jack Black and his buddy, they're up on stage doing a Wish bit, and I can't believe that they actually did. I don't want to repeat it. It's such a terrible and mean-spirited joke. When even I, Frankie, have to say, "Ooh, boys, read the room here." Like it's a bit much.
Yeah.
Like when I am the one, I don't want to be the joke police. I find myself doing this in group chat sometimes. It's like, boys, you're going a little hard in the paint here, okay? You got to wheel it back. You crossed the line. Like the line was miles back there, fellas.
If anything, this provides a lot of clarity, right? Because there are a lot of people who you wouldn't expect who've come out and said, actually, like, jokes aside, no, just because I hate him doesn't mean that blah 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 he deserves anything.
Right.
People are starting to walk stuff back.
People have actually been forced in some way to take, or they feel compelled to take a stance, and it's kind of refreshing. But at the same time, a lot of people are also demonstrating that they are completely insane. It's all very informative.
Some of my right-wing friends call that a Trump derangement syndrome, that it has literally driven people insane, that they just can't think. Like even Eminem said when he was trying to rap about Trump, he's like, I get all mush mouth. I don't know what to do. Because it's like Mr. Burns' diseases. They're all everything about him is trying to get through the door all at once, and you get stuck.
Yeah.
Just don't know what to say.
My favorite meme though was Biden's out there like dodging cognitive tests while Trump is like dodging bullets. That was a funny one.
Yeah.
The redraws are really funny.
I posted 50 Cent's Many Men under the images of it. Later that day, I did it before 50 Cent did it. 50 Cent himself posted it. Many men wish death on me.
Biden himself called like Vice President Trump. And then he called
that was the other day, right? Like right before.
Yeah, he called Zelensky Vladimir Putin.
Zelensky Putin, and he called Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I had that meme where Kamala and Zelensky are shaking hands. Hello, President Putin. Hello, Vice President Trump.
It's so just like at this point.
What are we doing? These are the two guys. These are the two dudes that everybody wants to pick from. Out of all the dudes.
You cannot like him, but at this point, like, I know.
What if it ends up later on?
The shuffling, the way he shuffles when he walks.
He's a shuffler?
This is really important. I actually know how we're going to fix this. Like, all of it.
The way he stutters, it's like, it's so, like, we're so fucked. What did you say?
You know the Roid Olympics that I suggested, like, a minute ago? The Juicer Olympics? Mm-hmm. Okay. We can have that, but for anyone who wants to run for political office. So, like, that way only someone under the age of 50 is going to win.
Oh, but that cuts out, like, so many politicians, though.
Yes, which is fine, because I think we should exercise a greater degree of scrutiny, because this is how we ended up picking between two 200-year-old men. Yeah. We need to bring back a more, like, 1800s kind of dual-style sorting mechanism. I think they should all fight each other. We can juice them. And then something.
All right, I tell you what we do, Frankie.
He'll be really strong and he'll catch.
What if we involved robots somehow? If these old guys had to pilot giant robotic mechs, if they were jocks of robots, robot jocks, and that was the end of all wars.
No, battle royale. Put them on the island.
You want to see 100 old men?
Island. With the collar, the boundary collar around him. Battle royale.
This would be a ridiculous violent scenario to see.
Give them all one weapon and see what happens.
I think I know where things are going. It's going to end up in 10 years from now. MrBeast will be 35. It's MrBeast versus The Rock. It doesn't matter which party they're going on. Imagine a MrBeast Rock ticket where they're together. Who competes against that?
I feel like MrBeast would be libertarian. I'm very curious. What's his party affiliation?
I can't see him picking
Pizza Party.
Literally.
I cannot see him picking one side over another, because if there's something
he doesn't want to push either side away.
If there's something that he's been very, very, very good at, it's not showing those cards, and that's part of the reason why he's so fucking successful on YouTube.
There's been a lot of people critical of him lately. There was a friend of his that had transitioned or something there. I don't know exactly what you call that. I want to be nice. And there was a lot of criticism there because MrBeast stood by them. I feel like that's something that I kind of like the guy for. I'm like, well, he stood by his friend. And they're saying that this guy like left his wife and family. I don't know if that's true or not. Like you can wear dresses and stuff and be with your family. Like I don't know.
Are there some kind of allegations, or is this just like we don't like this person's character and you two still have a relationship, therefore you're bad?
With Ava Tyson, because that's who they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know any of the names involved. I don't know any of the details.
Formerly Chris Tyson before.
Whoa, dead names there, Jenna. Come on.
I said formerly. Just
disavow.
No, so stop. So this is what happened. She transitioned, and you know, like there are people that they don't like it, so they're having a fit about it. You know, just
somehow people who are always angry about trans everything are always angry. Isn't that crazy?
They were making the argument, oh, she left her child. How could she do that? And so MrBeast stepped in and said, you know, like Ava's always with her child. She takes good care of him. I don't know where this argument is always coming from. However, there are allegations, not allegations, but they've been pretty much proven.
Are they allegations of people hella hating?
Well, allegedly, Ava Tyson back in around 2016. Do you guys remember Shadman?
Yes.
Is that the? Was he the guy that went bee ba 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 da boop ba da ba ba da boop? That guy.
No,
I'm the Shadman.
Frankie knows who Shadman is.
Who's Shadman?
Wait, Charlie. Okay. Oh, all right. There was this very, very popular super edgelord artist. I think he was like peak relevance around 2016, 2017. Had relationships with everybody. He was like a big edgelord, and he was constantly like the thing that people kind of couldn't get past is he was constantly compelled to draw, you know what, of little girls, and it was unambiguous that they were little girls.
You know what of? I don't know what.
Things that are not necessarily legal. Things that depict children.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and the thing is, he was so upfront about it that a lot of people mentioned of some.
I'm making a face like Lucille Ball when she eats something she doesn't like. Ugh.
And one of the things is like he drew a picture of Keemstar's daughter.
No.
Like 8 or 9 at the time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like basically just no holds barred.
Can't do that. Like you could joke about how Keemstar has got a girlfriend that's younger than his daughter. That's fine. But drawing a picture of the girl.
Daughter. Bradley's like 22. His daughter's like 15.
I don't know the details. Jenna, I just throw out jokes. I just say things.
I know. Okay, but anyway, so
allegedly.
Ava Tyson, years ago, back in 2016, supposedly commissioned art from Shadman. And
is that such a great sin? You just said this guy had what was the art?
The art, I was about to tell you that. The art depicted a girl that looked very young, that had braces on, that had the spade tattoo signifying that she liked BBC.
All right, I'm out. Exactly. I'm learning too many symbols and shit here. I'm out. I'm done. I'm gone. I'm out. I'm throwing my headphones down. I'm out.
So Ava had
wipe my hands with this one.
Yeah. Ava had hung this up on above her fireplace, like tweeted about it. So
above the fireplace.
Yeah. So that's a very controversial thing that's been kind of following Ava. It's come to light more over the last couple of years.
That's even weirder than that picture that Epstein had of the. Epstein had this picture of George Bush playing with blocks that had the airplanes that look like 9/11. It was really creepy.
That's such a good meme.
He also had the one of Bill Clinton wearing a dress.
Speaking of which, there is a movie that's coming out with Channing Tatum. That's, I think loosely based on Epstein's Island.
I'd watch that movie. He's a handsome fella. Does he hang dong in this movie?
What's the premise?
I just saw the trailer when I saw Longlegs.
How is the Longlegs, Jenna?
It's very good. Very, very, very good. Nicolas Cage fucking kills it.
We went to the movies the other day, and
It's so good. But anyway, before I get derailed with this, there's a trailer for this movie. It has Channing Tatum. These girls that don't know this billionaire guy agree to go to his island. But for some reason, they keep forgetting shit. Like, and they don't know why they're forgetting. It might be something in the food, it might be something that they're drinking. They had to turn in their phones when they got to the island. There's some really sussy shit, and I was like, is this like an Epstein Island thing? Like, I just feel like this is such a weird premise.
What's it called?
You know? Let me look it up. I have to look it up.
Yeah, I could see them doing movies about the Epstein Island. That makes sense. I could see that happening. Channing Tatum probably not going to hang dong in this one.
Hang dong.
Did he hang dong in any of those Magic Mike movies? He is Magic Mike, right?
Yes, it's called Blink Twice. So. He was good in the 21 Jump Street.
Did he hang dong in those movies?
No, but this movie's called Blink Twice. Looks really good.
There needs to be more hanging of dong.
No, I
guys want to see it, girls want to see it. Just do it.
No,
just hang that dong.
We don't want to.
Just run through a fiery, burning building and save everybody.
Frankie, do you want to see dong? Do you want to see?
No, I've never seen one in my life.
Let me see that dong. Dong dong. That dong 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 dong. I like the way the dong go doo 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 doo. Like the way the dong go doo 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 doo.
I feel like you're
dong song. Dong 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 dong.
So Long Legs was really, really good.
I'll bet. I saw the trailer and thought, ooh, that looks like a Charlie movie there. It
is one of those that, like, right out of the gate, like, shit just starts going down. Right away. It doesn't fuck around. Like, right away. It just doesn't, It's something that you will like. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
Okay,
but
well, don't spoil anything, because
don't spoil anything.
I haven't seen a movie in like 30 years.
All I know is Nicolas Cage is involved, and he's the heavy.
So good.
Is he heavy? He's heavy, right?
What do you mean he's heavy?
Heavy's good.
Antagonist.
Yes, he's the heavy.
I'm in. That's all I need to know. I love him as an antagonist. Him in that bad vampire movie. Aquafina and the guy I wanted less of, and I wanted more of him as the vampire.
Yeah.
He was so good. They need to make another one of those that focuses just on Nicolas Cage.
When he's so shitty, but when he's great, he's great.
I love him. Him as Cameron Poe. Con Air is the most Nicolas Cage of all the Nicolas Cage movies, right?
Is that the one with all, like, the fucking...
And he's got a southern accent in that one, Jenna. No. My friend, he needs his diabetes medicine. Without it, he'll die.
I hate movies like that.
Dude, that movie rules.
I hate action movies so fucking much.
I want to see action movies right now today. I love action movies, Jenna. And they need to have scenes where the guy hangs dong.
No, we don't.
Nicolas Cage should hang dong in a movie.
If you like hanging dong, you know who hung dong live on stream just a few days ago?
Who?
Your best friend.
Your best friend.
My best friend?
Yeah.
My best friend?
Boogie hung dong the other night on the live stream.
It's all connected.
It's all connected,
real.
Boogie didn't hang dong on a stream, did he?
He did. So
he pulled out the pecker?
Okay, so...
Alright, I'm throwing down the headphones and walking away from the screen. I can't do this anymore. You've gone too far. You've put images in my head. You put images in my head that I never wanted to see, alright? Channing Tatum hanging dong, yes. Boogie hanging dong, no. That's we can vote for these politics here. This is what we're doing.
Bottom of, like, his balls, and it's really, really, really bad.
Yeah, he's no penis and all balls.
Everybody a couple weeks ago was pressing Boogie because he did this shit coin, right? Like, that was obviously like a pump and dump. So he did this shit coin, and he tells people like CoffeeZilla and everybody else that, you know, he needs some money to pay for his cancer treatments because he's fighting cancer, and it's cancer. So a couple of nights ago, it was like 4 days ago, 4 or 5 days ago, I was made privy to the fact that somebody that we won't mention his name because he's in a lot of controversy right now, was looking into the type of cancer that Boogie supposedly has, that he said on many occasions, and that he was going to ambush him. What is going on, Charles?
I had a food delivery.
Okay, well, I'll wait till you're done because it's really, 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 really like.
No, I can eat while I listen to this. Go ahead, tell me everything about it.
I'm gonna wait because I have to get all of that background noise out because it's a lot.
Oh, okay.
So I'll wait a second.
Go ahead. I'll mute my microphone.
Because it's like, okay, so I'll go back. Oh my god.
Is that real? Is this real? Oh, it's so fucking loud.
I'm like putting in a timestamp of what I have to like edit out because this is just like crazy.
I'm sorry. The comedic timing was incredible.
Yeah, we have a little comedic timing.
Okay. So where was I? I have to kind of go back.
The phone had rang?
No, I'm not. I got derailed from what I was talking about. Completely.
Boogie faking cancer, person who told you, very controversial. Okay. Can't mention his name.
Controversial figure had kind of figured out, did the research, put in the work, put in the hours to find out whether, Boogie stories were consistent. Because he says that he has something called polycythemia vera, and that is the kind that you have cancer, and then there's like a secondary where it's not cancer, and it has to do with your red blood cells. Things like you find out from sleep apnea, yada, yada, yada. Like typical fat guy problems that, Boogie being 50 years old is going to have a lot of health problems. Things like blood clotting and sleep apnea. So this person had his doubts, and he was going to get ambushed on Lolcal Live. So they're just having a discussion, then all of a sudden Keem brings somebody on and says, I don't really think you're gonna like this, and then all of a sudden Destiny pops up, and he's just getting lambasted every left and right now, kind of. We won't go too much into Destiny right now, but he pretty much talked Boogie around in circles, and it became a huge thing to Boogie's pretty much lying about his cancer. So they had everybody on the live stream to the point where people started offering Boogie money. Just show your patient portal, which has all of your lab work, all of your diagnoses, everything's going to be on there. Just show it that you have the polycythemia vera on there. That's all you got to do is you can show it. People started throwing money into it. The pot got up to $70,000, by the way. $70,000. And for a guy like Boogie, who is broke and is, taking taking 10K from shit coins, was talking about like toying around with the idea because Critical had said something along the lines of, instead of doing a shit coin, you were probably better off doing a GoFundMe rather than like a shit coin. So he was even toying around with that, like, I'm going to play for my medical stuff, so maybe I should go ahead and just, maybe I should do a GoFundMe. So, yeah.
Oh, shucks, I need money. Give me money. Yeah. Money me.
Yeah, exactly. So he's sitting there complaining about this. And so he was offered at least like $70,000. A bunch of different YouTubers came together and just started upping the ante. If you just show them that diagnosis on your patient portal, if you show that would have like paid off his mortgage. Okay. That would have made him completely that would have given him so much more financial freedom for a guy that is scraping by. One of the things that you should probably watch is Caleb Hammer and the financial audit. Like, I'm so addicted to those fucking like financial audits because it's like, look at this stupid piece of shit spending their money in a dumb way. And it's so fucking funny. So he was on that a while ago. And come to find out that they went in circles with Boogie, where even Mr. Medicare himself joined the call. Medicare, Jim, the legendary Medicare, joins the live stream because if you don't know, like, he suffers from cancer and people.
He's literally the internet cancer gatekeeper, so
he's the cancer
kind of a big
gatekeeper.
deal.
And not only that, like, people accused him for a while of faking it. Like, oh, Medicare's faking it. So Medicare literally went on a live stream and put everything out there.
Oh, Jim is sick as shit.
Yeah,
he's
Jim
so sick
has,
with stuff, they don't even know exactly what he's got.
Like, he breaks ribs, like, all the time because he's out there trying to do, like, yard work and shit, you know, because he doesn't want his wife to have to do everything. And you could hear him, like, he has to take breaks a lot when he's streaming because it's like his cough is, like, so bad and he just needs to, like, rest. And he's in a lot of pain. You can tell, you could hear that he's in a lot of pain. So the guy knows about cancer and the guy knows about people accusing him of not having it, you know? So it was just Boogie, who, if you don't know, like, maybe like a year ago, there was a documentary by Mike Klum that he lists all of the medications that he's on. He lists all of his diagnosis, but the polycythemia vera was not one of the ones that he had mentioned. He was naked with his girlfriend in a bathtub. He talked about, you know, blowing money on hookers and just being like a pile of garbage piece of shit. But he draws the line at showing his medical records or at least a diagnosis to somebody for $70,000. Well, I'm just, you know what? That's a little bit, that's my last piece of dignity, and that's where I draw the line. $70,000 down the drain. Just because he won't show it. So, Frankie, what would you think that a person that's not doing that when there's all that money on the table, they've overshared everything about their life, do you think that they're telling the truth about this?
When you were telling me, like, the other week about how Boogie's faking something's up, I was like, okay, I mean, maybe she just really hates this guy. But, like, I just don't know. I just can't believe how right you were.
I know. I've been saying
I can't believe how righteously angry you were for weeks before anybody was even willing to entertain this.
It's funny because, like, Boogie was bringing up Jackson Clark, and if you don't know who Jackson Clark is, he's the co-host of the official podcast with Moist Critical,
okay,
and Kaya and Hugbees. And actually, it's funny because it's like how we became acquainted was over like Boogie. This was probably like 3 years ago. There was like Boogie and Muda were having a big like fight on Twitter. And we were both like in the replies, and then we like followed each other. So it's like we were like we acquainted over that. So it's like, and then unprompted, he brings up Jackson Clark. Well, I told Jackson Clark like 2 years ago I wasn't gonna do it. Just like completely unprompted. So it's like obviously this guy lives fucking rent free in his head. And might I add, after the shitcoin dropped, like maybe like a week after the controversy and after Boogie had talked to Coffee, fucking he went over on Dick Masterson's stream, you know, because they're like, yeah, jokes are funny because, you know, they got to play, you know, like Dick's got to play the heel, you know, everybody's got to like, oh, jokes are funny. We have to be the anti, we have to be the contrarians, right? And then unprompted, Boogie brings me up with those fucking DMs again from like November when he came coping to me. So it's just like people live rent free in his head if you don't like him. And you know, he can't get over stuff like that. But you know, so they have like this fucking 3-4 hour live stream. There's all these people in there and they can't convince him to show it. He ends up leaving the call. So you know, it had been a couple of days and Keem tweeted that, oh, okay, so I think Boogie's ready to come clean and we're gonna go live. So they start the locale stream last night. And then Boogie was like, oh, I'm not gonna show up because I told you, all of you guys, like my medical records for myself. And so they brought in a guy that was an internal medicine doctor that just said, you don't have to show me anything. You can just show me your lab work. Just show me your lab results. He wouldn't do it. He had his brother who has like a PhD, but he's not like an MD. He say, oh, I've totally seen it. I totally vouch.
Wait, he's a PhD in what?
I don't know, else? But he's not an MD. He's a PhD, but he's not an MD. And he's saying, well,
I'm a PhD, and I think that Boogie is full of shit.
That's it's funny because his brother.
That's my diagnosis.
His brother was like, I've seen it and I'm willing to put my reputation on it. Who are you? Who are you? What reputation? What are you talking about? Like, this is your brother. And then he had his girlfriend come on again and say, like, oh, I was in the room, but then she said, I don't want to lie to you guys. And it was like
the girlfriend, the child?
Yes.
Man.
And it was just ended up being a big old mess.
It's like a never-ending nightmare. Every new piece of information is just truly like abominable.
The funny thing is that during the call that the initial interview that Boogie had with CoffeeZilla, he told Coffee that Keem was not paying that Locale Live was not paying the mortgage, that he wasn't getting paid that much, or Keem wasn't paying him properly or something. So of course, like after Boogie says that, Coffee went to Keem because that's just how they operate. That's how he operates, you know? Like he's gonna go to the source. And Keem kind of held on to it for a little bit and didn't say anything. It didn't say anything at the 4th of July either. He told Muda privately, like they went for like a drive around, like after the whole, like Boogie was like so anxious to not like see Muda, but then he, you know, went up to him anyway, you know, like, oh, I don't want any drama. But like Muda stayed away from him. And of course, like, you know, here he comes having to like antagonize and just get attention, but that's how he is. He's
on that tape, the tape that Keemstar put out of the 4th of July, Muda catches Boogie up in no less than 5 or 10 lies, just over and over again.
Yeah, and one of the
we flew out, you know, we flew out here. Did you fly out here?
You fucking drove. Like, what are you talking? Like, what?
Fucking Boogie. He can't help himself.
He's the kind of guy that lies that it's like, you know, what did you have for fucking breakfast this morning? And he'll be like waffles when he has.
Oh, shucks, I had pancakes.
Exactly. It's like there's no reason to lie. So after that whole, I don't even know what you call that. Like, you know, like Keem had told Muda privately, he was like, yeah, you know, he fucking told Coffee that I don't pay him. And it was like, okay, so he gets ambushed with that as well. Like Keem was like, so why the fuck did you tell Coffee I don't pay you? And he's like, well, do you think that he's like, well, you know, well, whatever he told you was a lie, but Coffee sent him the call because the call was recorded. And then Boogie tried to say it was taken out of context. He probably edited it out of context. He just couldn't admit that he lied, and everything just he kept getting caught up in all these lies. So last night they live stream again, and he's not willing to pony up anything.
$70,000.
Yeah. So now they're saying he's going to get another test that is supposed to confirm it. But why does he have to get another test to confirm it when he's already had it for 2 years, supposedly? So where is this coming from? So then it was like, well, if I get that test, can I still get that $70,000? Muda, who put up like 50 or 60K of that, who said, you know, we'll put it like in a fucking trust and then you can have, like, this is the way that we can do it. He was like, well, you know, if it comes back, and he's like, no, motherfucker, you were supposed to show it a few nights ago on the live stream because you said that you were staring at the diagnosis right there in your portal, and that you already had it. But no, that's like completely off the table. Like the terms have changed at this point. So they were looping a lot, and it got down to the point where Boogie pretty much admitted that diagnosis of polycythemia vera is not in his patient portal. It doesn't exist in there. And if it's your patient portal through Epic, all of your information that has anything to do with your healthcare, stretched across every single doctor that you go to, is gonna be in there. And if you think something big like cancer is just not gonna be in his portal, that's way too fucking sus. It doesn't. He did basically admit it without admitting it. So now the plan is he's supposed to go in, and he's like, well, I had blood in my stool, so now I have to, you know, go get a colonoscopy. He doesn't necessarily have to have blood in his stool.
He's got a shitty ass.
No, but here's the thing. You don't have to necessarily have blood in your stool to have to get a colonoscopy. That's just a normal thing that happens when you start, you know, approaching your 50s, especially in men, because like men are more prone to colon cancer. So I've heard. And that's just a diagnostic test that you'll get, because it's like, they'll check for things like polyps and everything else, and make sure that you don't have anything that's like sus going around in there. Not that they even think that you have cancer, they just want to make sure that
They just
there's
want to
nothing
check.
in there. Exactly. And that's just an age thing. That's like when women 35 and over, they want you to go get a mammogram.
They do that squeezing titty thing.
They gotta crush the titty, because they want to make sure there's nothing there.
They must mush the titty.
So now he's saying he's getting the colonoscopy mostly because he has to get it because he has occult blood. Okay, if he has blood in his stool, that's not usually something that is sat on.
How did he even find out about this particular cancer? Like, how did he get the idea that this is the one, and this is the one that people aren't going to look into, etc.?
The way that he tells it is that he went and got blood work done, and because he was on testosterone for a while, so he was on hormone replacement for a while, he had some red cell count come back where it was just too much. He had too many red blood cells. So it could have been from the testosterone, or it could have been he could have like a lower hemoglobin, have a clotting factor that's indicating that you have sleep apnea. Well, he's already on a CPAP machine. That's something that everybody's like seen. He talks about that.
Oh, shucks.
He has it in there. So, if you have sleep apnea and you're not getting enough oxygenation to your blood while you sleep, it could be a little bit too much, and then you have to do things like dumping. So they did find out through blood work. They supposedly said there are hormone markers that might indicate it's not secondary polycythemia, but it could be the actual polycythemia vera, which is a rare form of cancer. Keem believes that they weren't sure about that, but he definitely had the polycythemia, but not the vera. And then he heard that, ran with it, and made a video. I'm not even convinced that he even has the polycythemia at all. I think, honestly, this is what I think he did. I think because when he announced this was on the heels of him losing out on crypto, right? So on the heels of losing out on crypto, all of a sudden he's got this cancer diagnosis. Now, was he going around raising money? No. But I do think it was something that he wanted to keep in his back pocket, that anytime that he was, getting attacked, what he says is...
Oh, I got cancer, Jenna. You can't make fun of me. I got cancer.
You wouldn't make fun of a guy that has cancer, would you?
I would.
And that's exactly what I feel like he did it for. And I think that I've totally always believed, I think that he Googled what's a type of cancer that doesn't have a lot of symptoms, because if the guy's not like losing a lot of weight, because in a lot of cancers, you're going to lose weight, right? You're not going to be able to eat like you did, because it starts to just destroy your body. It's impossible to not do that. It's impossible to not see the signs and symptoms in somebody that has a more aggressive, more serious kind of cancer. I do believe, and I still do believe, I think that he Googled it and went with that one because that's the one that's less likely to kill you. His blood, as he said before, his blood pressure will kill him before any of this. Like the plethora of things he's already been diagnosed with will probably kill him before this cancer does.
This is killing me. I don't know. I feel like Boogie, the Boogie drama and Boogie being such a loser, I just don't want to engage with it anymore. I'm done with Boogie.
Oh, I mean, I think at this point,
I love when I love goofing on him.
Yeah,
like when we had him on the show saying he had AIDS. Now I don't even know if he had AIDS.
That was kind of the joke. He probably doesn't have.
Frankie, a lot of people think, "Oh, you wouldn't do that to my face. You wouldn't say that." Yeah, I would.
I would.
Oh, I've said a lot of things to people I probably shouldn't have.
Same. I have.
We F around and find out all the time.
Like I don't have a problem saying things to people's face. Like I'm not one of those people that's.
How about to their butts?
I'm not gonna chicken out. I don't know. I thought, like, if you saw somebody you didn't really like that you only knew online, how do you think you would react, Frankie?
Is the implication like I should walk right up to them and tell them?
No, like, okay, what happens if they walked up to you?
If they walked up to you,
and
they started touching the hair. They were like, "Oh, space buns."
No. They just kind of introduced themselves and kind of started talking to you.
Well, I don't know. I think the right move is probably just be very polite, say very little, and find a reason to end the conversation. Is that wrong?
No, oh, you girls and your strategies.
That's probably perfect. Like, I gotta go now.
I mean, okay, it must be tempting. Like, I'm sure it's very, very tempting.
I did that twice at VidCon, like, last
I have to go return some videotapes.
I was like, okay,
what,
well...
Boogie?
No, Boogie was not there. No, I did... I'm not...
Well, you don't have to say it.
Like, people... Yeah, no. I have not been in the same vicinity as Boogie for many reasons, because I will tell him to fuck off. I will be that crazy bitch.
But, listen, you have to know your own limitations. He's one of your limitations.
He is one of my limitations, because he lied so much, because he actually, in that part of that video that was cut off, the one that Keem posted, you know, where he's like, Boogie's like showing Mutahar his phone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's showing him, like, he's gonna show him the DMs that we had, which is literally me thanking him for coming on the podcast, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Until like that day that him and Mutahar had beef, and he's like coping in my DMs. I'm putting like one line answers like every 4 or 5 of his paragraphs.
Mm.
I don't know what that was about. I don't know why he was like showing him that. And then it was like, because he was like, oh, well, like, you know, I don't know what he was trying to say. And he doesn't even know what he was trying to say. So I think it's really, really, really funny, because the guy just...
It sounds like he just wanted to start something, just anything.
He did, because he supposedly told Wings earlier in the night when Muta got there and said, well, you know, like, he's just really, really anxious that you're going to start something. And Muta's like, I'm not going to fucking start anything. I'm here because he was there because Keem was proposing to Brantley. And he knew a couple of days prior. And, you know, he's been to his 4th of July parties before. So it's, like, not a big thing. It's, like, an hour away across the border. Not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to be there for his friend. So Wings tells him, well, he's really anxious that you're going to start something. And Moon's like, he's not the fucking kind. He's like, I'm going to stay. I'm not here to hang out with him. So I'm staying the fuck. I don't care. So, you know, as he stayed away from him the whole night, yeah, here comes Boogie, you know, has to go and like, oh, shake my hand.
Come on, I want you to shake my hand. Come on, Mutahar.
Muta was like, no.
Muta had the greatest, like, F-off energy, like, his stance. Yeah. That was a very aggressive, angry sitting there like, I don't want to talk to you, dude. Just get out of my face. I thought Muta was going to spring up and slap the piss out of him at any time.
See, that's what I was kind of afraid of with him going.
People don't know this about Mutahar, but Mutahar is a karate expert and does not take shit from anybody.
Totally. You don't want to be on his
He's a black belt in several karates. He's
also like 30 feet tall. There's a lot going for him.
He really is. People don't understand that. He's like Jim Sterling tall.
Of my life. Just so you know.
Just a monster of a man.
Everybody
that was like, absolutely shocking.
You didn't think he would be a Anunnaki tall. He's like 9'4".
Yeah, and it's like
Shaq looks up to him. Oh man, how the weather up there?
He is the most nicest, sweetest, most benefit of the doubt Canadian.
Oh, I love Muta so much. I love him dearly.
Until if you piss him off repeatedly and you don't want to make him mad.
I think Muta's mad at me every time I talk to him. I've made him mad. I've pissed him off.
Why?
He's mad at me.
No, if he was mad at you, you would know it.
Probably, yeah.
You would know. He doesn't pussyfoot around on that. You'll know.
Oh, hey guy, not cool. I'm mad at you.
Gee golly whiz. I just, you know, I don't know.
Get that phone out of my face, Boogie. And then he just slaps the piss out of him. Get away from me, boy. You bother me. And just pow, right in the kisser.
One thing I was afraid of because he was over the border. I don't want him getting in trouble in the U.S.
There's no law at Keemstar's house.
There's really not, because like that house is out in the middle of fucking.
Yeah, he's on a private property. If Keemstar had just cut the camera and Mudahar just hauls off and mule kick Boogie right in the groin.
Oh, he could. He was like way taller than him, and like Boogie is rather. He's jarringly round.
It's like Homelander versus a jabroni. Just flick him. See him fly through a building. Oh God! I got cancer. You can't do me like this.
Exactly, but now he can't say that anymore.
Yeah,
like he really cannot. So
oh jeez, I'm so fat and I was molested and I'm terrible and I'm Boogie and I buy whores.
Well, because he said that Keem doesn't pay him, Coffee actually.
Oh, and Keemstar doesn't pay me.
You know what? Coffee did him a solid, and I'll tell you why. Because there was a part in that call that Coffee left out of Boogie just absolutely going schizosperg and losing his shit. He was screaming into the phone, "You're a liar! You're a liar!" Just completely. The guy just went fucking like rage pig style. Okay?
That's some funny shit.
I love it when Boogie rage pigs so many times, like in these.
He's become the Frank. What was the character Franklin?
He's Francis. He's real Francis. He's IRL Francis.
He's become the character.
I told you, nothing good ever follows the name Francis. You don't listen.
Francis times.
What about John Wayne? Okay.
I'm gonna tell you guys a story.
You're gonna ruin John Wayne.
Just gonna stay here. It's just you, me, and our listeners. Okay?
Yeah, hi everybody. Like and subscribe.
We're gonna keep this a secret. So
all right, let's go.
For my birthday one year, I was a meme. Cause Boogie, I don't know if he still does cameos.
Oh God.
Muda bought a fucking cameo.
Oh boy, my first sale.
Of him singing "It's Francis time" and "Happy Birthday to Me." It is
one. We're gonna have to take your word for it.
We're gonna have to take my word for it because
I regret every day not buying a genuine Gilbert Gottfried one. We had the chance. We could have bought it
2 years ago, probably. It's like 2 years ago, but yeah. That happened, and it's just really maybe one day I'll release it.
Release the Franklin song.
But it's
you have to cross the line.
He's well, actually, like if he ever wants to say, because he tried to tell Buddha that him and I had talked all the time in the.
Oh, we talk all the time, but I don't know who she is.
Exactly, and I was like, I'll release all.
Which
of those
is
DMs.
it? Which is it? This lion prick.
Everybody how much you fucking coped, like paragraphs for like hours, how much you fucking coped at me because Mudahar wouldn't talk to you, all under the guise that you just didn't know who I was. There's a lot of things I could slam. You know what? Here's the thing. There's a lot of things about people online, interactions I've had with people, even really, really bad ones, that you guys will never know about. Because it doesn't fucking matter. I think there's a lot of drama that really doesn't fucking matter. And the thing about with Boogie doesn't have to be in the situation that he's in right now. At all. All he has to do is just not fucking lie, not be a shitbag, and make content. He's broke right now.
I've told him that. I've told him flat out, just make the content.
Like 20-30K views per video.
Yeah.
If he made a fucking video every day, he could probably and streamed and live streamed, he could probably stand to make like 10K a month.
If he wasn't an asshole, and just made gamer content like the completionist was doing, and was like, "Oh, hey, it's me. I'm Boogie. I play video games. Goddamn."
All you gotta do. Yeah. And you know what? I have never seen a motherfucker work so hard to not work ever.
It's pitiful.
He's addicted to the humiliation.
Like I tried to put him up to do stuff. I'm like, yeah, why don't you do a diss track against Wings? Like do a rap and have ChatGPT write it for you. Like that'd be funny.
Content every day. You have an audience.
Yeah.
But maybe the audience is truly the only thing he wants. Like he must feel like the most important person in the world, right?
He does.
He's got blockers and A-logs who are never going to leave him alone, even if he puts in zero effort.
Right. It's like people that are not going to do it anyway. You might as well just put out a 20K view video every day, which with this channel size, yeah, that's not great, but it's not nothing.
He could start over. He could start totally over.
Even 20K.
New Boogie. The all-new Boogie, all different.
You upload 5 days a week. You stream twice a week. You're making $10K a month. You could pay your $2,000 mortgage. You could pay $2,000 for your medications. And then you still have plenty of fucking money for magic cards and fucking Papa John's pizza.
God. That's so pitiful that's what he's spending his money on.
Has to do. It's all he fucking has to do, and he's refusing to do it. And he just wants to go and have people.
Oh, feel bad for me, pity me. I'm sad. I'm sad.
He even said 4 days ago on the live stream. Well, of course he suicide baited because that's.
Oh, I'm in the sewer. Look at me. I'm Boogie.
Like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna quit the internet. You know, basically go neck myself. Gonna go kick the chair. He was baiting on that, but he was basically saying because he didn't want to show the medical records that he was going to quit the internet. He was going to quit Local Live, which is paying his mortgage right now. He was going to quit everything. And it's like, well, I guess it's basically like, well, I guess I'll just go and live in the gutter then, you know, like nobody likes me, and I'm
go live in the gutter, go be homeless.
He's addicted to the pity.
Yes, like Job
Some
from the
people
Bible.
just truly love to be pitied. He's a 1 in a million type of guy.
Professional martyr.
He's a professional martyr. That's exactly it. Through the wonders of the internet and streaming, you can now be a martyr professionally. You can make a living being this sad.
So pity me.
Supposedly him and Keem had a conversation earlier today. Keem tweeted about it, where Boogie said that, you know, he's gonna go take the test and he can't believe that he is actually wishing that he has cancer. So you know what the funny, sad ending to this whole situation would be? He turned down the $70,000.
Yeah, that was real money. That's not a joke.
It's not a joke. And he was like, "Oh, Mutahar wasn't going to give that money." Oh,
yeah, yes, he would have.
Prepared to fucking do it. He will not tell you he's going to give money to you and not do it. That's not who he is. If he says he's going to do something, he is going to do it. Okay, so he turned down $70,000. What if he actually now takes the test because he's wishing that he does for his reputation's sake, and he ends up actually having it? This would be like the best.
Let's sincerely hope not.
You know what? You don't fuck around with lying and saying that you have cancer. Karma's gonna smack you on that one.
Hopefully not with cancer. Hopefully something really inconvenient, but...
I think he has a lot of inconvenient things already, but I seriously doubt that he has any kind of cancer. So, but it would be poetic that he turned down all this money just to turn around and test and have a different kind of cancer. But the fact that he's saying that he wishes that he has it himself is truly telling that you really care. He cares what the A-logger says. He cares what the Kiwi farmer is saying. He cares what the Redditors are saying. He cares what he argues with 4 follower accounts on Twitter. He cares too much. And he would be willing to have cancer because he cares that much. So yeah. That's this week in Boogie2988.
God, I'm so tired of Boogie. I don't want to hear about Boogie ever again. I just want Boogie to go away. I'm so done. I've tried to be like, Boogie, you know, just make some content, do some stuff.
Everybody has told him Nux Taku.
Just be a funny guy. Just do video game shit or open magic cards or play magic.
Friend of the show, a co-host of Some Ordinary Podcast, which we highly endorse around here. They had Boogie on a couple of months ago.
Is that the cartoon guy?
Yes. So Nux gave him probably 10 really good video ideas and said, if you do these are going to be fucking banger and it's going to make you money. And everybody under the sun has helped Boogie. I remember around circa 2017.
God, it's pathetic.
Boogie was doing the suicide baiting again.
Oh.
So Keem starts up a group chat that has like 50 YouTubers in there. I mean, you have like anything for views. You have Colossal's crazy, and they're basically just like, it's supposed to be oh no, Boogie, don't kill yourself. Like, you have so much to live for. This is your life. People have been doing this, trying to help Boogie thing for too many years now.
Something I've realized is you can't help everybody, Jenna. You can't save everybody. I think that Steve, I no longer want to call him Boogie. I think that Steve is beyond help, and the best thing that we can do about Steve is just to not look.
Just don't look. Just don't look. It's like it's from the Simpsons.
Simpsons, that's right. Don't look.
They got rid of the giant lard lad donut monster.
I wish him the best on his future endeavors. I hope he's able to get his head out of his ass, and maybe he'll get cancer like he wants one day. I don't care. Okay? I'm just done with it. I'm done. I don't want to engage anymore. I don't want to talk about Boogie anymore. I'm bored to tears.
This is the official Boogie cancellation episode.
It's not a Boogie cancellation. It's just a personal thing. Like, I don't care. Tenacious D can go off and do all the concerts they want, and Jack Black can be in every movie. I don't care anymore. I'm done. I don't want to be involved. Do not engage. Do not come.
That's
do not
heavy
come.
Coming from,
do not come.
That's heavy coming from Charles Kahn. Just in case y'all don't know the severity of that, that's pretty severe.
If there's one thing that I would like to be known for above all else, it's loyalty and being everybody's friend. And I think the best thing I can do for Steve as a friend is to cut him loose and say, buddy, you're beyond help. You got your head up your ass. You're going to have to do some real soul searching and figure out what to do, because you're just not listening. And I wish you the best, because you're going to sink everybody else down with you. Mm-hmm. And that's the bottom line here. I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of the crying. Just you got to go. I'm done.
Damn. You right, though.
So, like and subscribe to the podcast. Scumbagovich, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere you get your slop.
Some good TikTok slop. Jenna, what are you up to? Are you slopping?
Frankie?
I am. I have not uploaded in a hot minute because the YouTube thing made my head spin. But
yeah, I haven't been uploading to my TikTok either. I did pretty good on there, but I don't feel like a TikToker. I just feel like just throwing stuff out, seeing what sticks.
We're all gonna hit our stride and become billionaire famous any day now.
I don't want to be billionaire famous. I want to make stuff that people like to watch. Okay, that's what I want to do. I like producing stuff and writing stuff and coming up with stuff. And for somebody to not listen to me when I tell them something over and over and over again, and to just disregard me and blow me off and be like, oh shucks, oh gee, oh I'm suicide. Like, done.
Charles has really had enough. This is unprecedented.
Done.
He was the last person. I think Charles was like the last. He's one of the last people that's going to hold out for somebody. Like, truly. He's one of the last people that's always going to, you know what, maybe they're going through shit. Like, everybody goes through shit.
Boogie's shit, I'm tired of it. He's been living through shit his whole life. He needs to make a change. Make a change today. It can be a slight change, but he's got to get his head out of his ass. Steve, not Boogie. Steve. There's no character, no kayfabe. This is real. This is me talking directly to Steve. Get your head out of your ass. Play internet guy. Be a fun guy online. Entertain people. Nobody likes this sad sack crybaby shit, okay? I'd say the same thing to Kevin Smith. Stop being a crybaby. Entertain people again. That's all you have to do. Just entertain people. No sad posting. Jenna, where can we find you online?
You can find me on Twitter. I'm probably shitting on either.
Dogens at DOEJENS. Dogens. I'm Mask_Bastard. You can find me. I'm everywhere. I'm evil. Memes Lich. That's me. Doing D&D stuff. Yeah, that's it. All right, bye.
Bye.
Like and subscribe.
Damn, that was